Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today I'm back here with another video, and we finally have those MRI updates from the other night. As I talked about when I was at the game, covering for FlyersNittyGritty.com, Elaine Vigneault said on the post-game presser we get updates on Phil Myers and Morgan Frost, and sadly, one of them was better, I will say. I think the Myers, that was definitely the Flyers dodged the bullet there. As for Frost, not so much. So these are the injury updates per the Flyers. Injury updates. Morgan Frost suffered a dislocated left shoulder and is out indefinitely. He has been placed on IR. We will provide further details about his return to play timeline in the near future. Philippe Myers suffered a fractured rib and is considered a week-to-week. Not as bad for Myers. There were people saying yesterday on Twitter that Myers could actually have been out like 4 to 6 months, and then it was the wrong report and it was supposed to be 4 to 6 weeks. I don't even know. So week-to-week is not bad. Kind of similar to Couturier's situation. Last night when we were doing the podcast, if you listened in live, you saw that Cat Friendly tweeted that Frost was put on IR last night around 8:30 or so. So that was kind of understandable why he's on IR, as now the Flyers kind of put that in there. And I'm thinking to myself, well, Amadeo, if Coots isn't on IR, right, and he's out 2 weeks, then Frost has to be out long term. So it seems like Frost is out indefinitely. We don't know how long that is. It doesn't seem like it's going to be anytime soon, but I guess we'll have to wait and see, because, again, the Flyers did say they would provide some details in the near future. Myers, fractured rib, considered week-to-week. That kind of looked like it could have been a knee, could have been a shoulder. Again, so I was talking to Yuriv yesterday, and, he was kind of saying that, and, again, I brought this up on the podcast, too, where a lot of the injuries is because of, not having a camp, not having a preseason, because guys aren't used to contact. I think it's a great point, because, again, you're not used to that, you're kind of coming into a fresh season. The only thing you really play was a scrimmage, and you can't really go hard in a scrimmage because it's your own team. So, again, I think this isn't good for the Flyers. You definitely don't want to see injuries this early. For tonight's game against Boston, we could see some lines. I brought these up on the pod last night also. For the first line, again, this is really just what I was kind of throwing up. JVR with Giroux and Voracek. I would assume G have to get moved to center. Lindblom, Patrick, and Konechny. Lawton, Hayes, and Farabee, and then Raffle with Bunneman and Aube-Kubel. You could switch this. You could put Bunneman on the wing. You could put Lawton, still keep that Raffle, NAK, and Lawton line together. And for the defense, I'd have to say Provorov and Sanheim probably stay together. Braun and Gustafsson, Hagen, Freeman. Those would be my lines going into tonight. This is probably the closest thing to what I could come up with. But again, seeing these guys out for the Flyers definitely isn't that good. We might see some things, because yesterday we saw Derek Pouliot was put on the taxi squad just in case. So again, the Flyers are kind of getting hit with a little bit of an injury bug so far. In the first 4 games, you're out 2 centers and a top 4 defenseman. So it's not good, and it's definitely going to be questionable kind of going into these games where it's like, can the depth hold up now? And I think it can. As I said, I talked about last game how I think it was their most consistent effort so far. So overall, I think tonight the Flyers kind of have to go in, kind of play that same kind of tempo. Again, you're playing the Bruins on the road, and this is your first road game. This is the Bruins' first home game of the season. So you got to kind of come into this one. Again, Boston hasn't scored a 5-on-5 goal the whole year so far. So for the most part, I just can't see that continuing past tonight, to be honest. That's just hockey. There's no way. So again, I think the Flyers just gonna have to play their game tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if Hart is in net. I also wouldn't be mad if they ride Moose either after the 40 save shutout against Buffalo. So again, let me know what you guys think below on these injuries. Obviously, some pretty tough news. Again, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Check out the articles from Flyers Into Gritty. I have an article that came out this morning, and also the podcast we did last night as well. Check that out on Spotify and Apple. Remember, guys, podcast articles, those links are on my channel. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and goodbye.